Hi, today we are going to be doing a video that works on building upon the things that we learned in the fundamental yoga class from last time. So we're going to be doing some pranayama to cultivate our energy, call in the life force that is prana into our practice and use it effectively. And then we're going to be doing a flow that I like to do for a beginner to intermediate class. So you can start in a comfortable seated position with your legs crossed. And we can do Ardha Padmasana, half lotus pose today. So just before we're warmed up, we're going to have our ankle in the crease of our legs as usual, and then this leg on the ground. So let's call in some energetic motion. Let's use this mudra with our thumb, the pad of our thumb on the second section of our index finger. Instead of our fingertips together, we're going to have the thumb on the second section of the index finger, fingers straight, and then we're going to let's have our hands facing up. This is going to call in the energy of the sun and activate all of our energies from the whole universe. So sitting like this, try to lock your pelvic floor and zip your stomach in and up. And really just focus on how energetic this feels. Immediately start to notice a change in the energy around and inside of you. It's almost like electric. So just sitting here, we're going to just do 3-part yogic breathing. So this is going to be working on filling every space in our lungs, because normally when we breathe, we're only breathing into the very top of our chest. So we're breathing shallowly and just right here. And this type of breathing evokes anxiety, but it's also the type of breathing we do when we're not conscious of how we breathe, and also when we haven't activated all of the areas in our lungs. Doing these practices, when you do them every day, it calls into effect these practices so that you don't have to be conscious about it. So basically what I'm saying is, if you're unconscious, you're breathing into the top of your chest. But if you do these practices every day that I'm about to show you, then while you're not being conscious of it, you're still going to have in effect the things that you've learned through muscle memory and activation of your brain, rewiring your brain, all of that. So we're going to work on breathing into every part of our lungs. We're going to start with our lower belly, then we're going to move up to our rib cage, and then we're going to move up to the upper chest. And so this is going to pull air into spaces that it normally doesn't get to be in. So normally when you breathe, you're just breathing like upper chest, just not paying attention. You're only filling your lungs about 20% of their capacity. So as you start to do deeper breathing techniques, you'll start to open up the little tiny, your lungs aren't like sacks that just fill up like sacks of water. They are tiny little capillaries that are just all like meshed in, and when you breathe, the air, the oxygen reaches into the tiny little strands at the bottom and fills up. And as it reaches more and more, as you do deep breathing techniques, your air will go deeper and deeper into your lungs until it's completely filling up your lungs, how your lungs want to be filled. So let's focus right now on our lower belly, and we're just gonna breathe only into, come here kitty, come here, So we're just going to breathe into only our lower belly region. So you can relax your body. Your hands can stay in this mudra. And we're just actually take your hands and place them on your lower belly. We're going to breathe in and only fill up this space. Try not to move your rib cage or your upper chest. So breathing in, filling up the lower belly, and then breathing out. Breathe in, fill up the lower belly, and breathe out. Breathe in, literally make it look like you're pregnant, like your little kid pretending to be pregnant. And breathe out. Breathe in, filling up the balloons just in this lower section, and out. One more time, in and out. Now coming to our ribcage section. This one is a little bit harder at first, but it comes easier with practice. So we're going to place our hands on our ribcage, the lower part of our ribcage, and we're literally going to breathe in and watch our ribcage expand laterally. It's expanding to the sides, and then we're breathing back in. So if you place your hands there, you can literally feel your ribcage expands, but not your lower belly, and then exhale back in. So you can see, inhale, exhale. My hands are moving out and then back in. So we're just focusing right here. Breathing in. It's harder than just your lower belly, but you can do it, and these muscles are learning as you are practicing it. Breathing in and out. In and out. And now finally we're going to come up to our chest area. We're normally breathing in this area, so we don't have to stay here very long. But just taking your hands, putting them on your clavicle bones, and just not letting any air come down here, just breathing into your chest, and then out. In and out. It's not very pleasant, is it? But if you just relax and don't think about it and just forget about it, you'll notice that this is the only area you're breathing to. So we're going to be conscious of this now with our 3-part breathing. So now we're going to put it all together. We're going to breathe into the lower belly, then to the rib cage, and then fill it all the way up to our upper chest. And then we're going to hold it in and then release it from our chest, rib cage, and then finally out of our lower belly until all of the air is released. And then we're going to hold out and then breathe it into our lower belly, rib cage, upper chest. You can do it with me. Hold in and then breathe out, upper chest, rib cage, lower belly. Holding out, breathing in, up, lower belly, rib cage, upper chest. Holding in, breathing out, upper chest, rib cage, lower belly. Breathing in, filling all the space in your lungs, feeling the balloon fill all the way up, and then breathing out in the opposite direction. Feeling space in your lungs is not normally filled. So happy to be filled. Continuing to breathe in this way. I don't even know if she's in the camera. Our cat is coming in front of the camera. I don't know if you can see her though. Okay. So now we've done yogic 3-part breathing. You can do that all the time, and you'll find that as you breathe in that way more and more, your breath will start to become more full. Should you do that during a yoga practice? Maybe not, because as you're holding an asana, it's not that practical to try to be just breathing into your lower belly, then your rib cage, then your upper chest. But if you start with it in a warm-up, it kind of almost warms up the areas in your lungs that you're filling up. Like, you don't think of your lungs as something that you could exercise or warm up, but it really is. So it's beautiful practice. So we're going to, she just wants to be in the camera. Kitty, come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Can we see you? Can we see you? I don't even know if we can see you in there. I don't even know if you can see that there's a cat right there, but okay. So let's stay in cross leg. We can keep our mudra, and actually let's switch to fingertips together and hands down. We're going to do some neck rolls. So just gently rolling your neck one direction, slowly feeling every single muscle and how it is connected to the one next to it. Taking this time to have reverence and respect for the muscles in your neck, holding your head up all day long, just rolling slowly. Coming to stillness and then switching directions. Just really focusing on how each individual muscle, cord, tendon, how it all feels. How they feel to be connected to one another. As you're rolling your neck, picture every muscle that you feel the stretch on. Picture it lighting up. And picture it glowing. And then the muscle next to it, as you continue to rotate, the next muscle glows. And then the next, and the next. And just focusing your attention on those muscles individually, giving them gratitude. Taking our arms above our head, grabbing a wrist with your middle finger and just pulling to the side. Feeling the stretch in your side body, taking a deep breath in and out. Breathing in, hands to the middle, and breathing out, stretching the other side. Coming back to the middle, we're going to just fold forward. Placing our hands in front of us, relaxing the muscles in our neck. Breathing in and then exhaling, walking our hands over to one side. Breathing in and out. Inhaling back to center and exhaling, walking to the other side. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling back to center. Coming up slowly. We're going to do some soupy circles. So what that means is we're just going to put our hands on our knees and come forward with our whole body, swooping around and then straightening back out. So swooping forward and coming up. And what you want to feel in this is your spine just doing exactly whatever it wants. So your spine is like a snake and it wants to just coil around. And you want to just let it free so that it can invite the synovial fluid, the lubrication that it needs to do the twists. And then coming to stillness, feeling the energetic body swinging around, switching directions of the circles, coming all the way forward, all the way around, front and back. Inviting breath with the motion, inhaling forward and exhaling backward. Inhaling forward and exhaling backwards. Okay, finally stretching our legs out. We're getting better at keeping our feet in half lotus so we can meditate for longer. That is the goal if you sit like that every day. So we're going to come onto our knees, sitting on our heels in Vajrasana, lightning bolt pose. We're going to do a little bit of arm exercises now. So we've seen this before. We're just going to put our palms straight up and then fists down. So palms up, fists down, up, down. And just stay with me, keeping good form, straight up and down, wrist down. This is great for nerve activation and muscle toning. Up, down, up, down. Staying with it, keeping your stomach zipped up and in. And then coming out to the side, doing the same thing, not taking a break. Having faith in your body, knowing it's strong. Arms up, fists down. Good. Bringing your arms down. We're going to do my favorite warm-up exercise. So bringing our hands together like this, palms meet, and then interlacing the fingers. We're going to exhale as we curl in. And inhale, we're going to come all the way up to our knees and stretch up. Exhale, crunch in. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, in. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. And exhale. I think this feels so good. Exhale. Coming to neutral, not untucking our hands. We're going to straighten out our fingers and then switch by keeping our palms together, rotating till our elbows are out, and keeping our palms together, 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 keeping them together, keep twisting, don't let them separate. And now you're at the other side. So curling in, exhaling, and coming up, inhaling, curling in, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. There's a mosquito. I don't condone killing, but the mosquitoes in Thailand have deadly viruses, so. Okay, exhale and inhale, hopefully you continued. And then coming to neutral and just relaxing down. So, ooh. There's so many mosquitoes. Oh. Okay. Coming to a tabletop position, we are going to do some cat-cow. So inhaling, lifting our chin up, And exhaling, rounding our spine, looking at our navel. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up as exaggerated as possible. Exhaling all the way rounded, looking at your belly button. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Now we're going to invite a forward motion with an up dog. So inhaling and exhaling, sending our hips back to downward dog. Inhaling up. Exhaling, hips back. Oh, I always do that. It's child's pose, not downward dog. I literally always call child's pose downward dog. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, child's pose. Inhaling, upward dog. Knees come off the ground as possible. Pubic bone is off the ground. And exhaling, hips back, child's pose. Inviting a wave-like motion with your spine. Playing with it here. Really just allowing the spine to do whatever it wants. Maybe it's twisting a little bit. Twisting to the side, back and forth. Why don't we do that? Exhale to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Doesn't matter what you're doing here as long as you're twisting your spine. You are lubricating it. You are making it happy. And coming back to the neutral tabletop. We're going to do this exercise, warms up our core and our muscles that help us balance. So we're going to inhale our left arm and right leg back and out. And exhale, crunch in. Nose touches the knee if possible. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch in. Slowly, careful with your form. Deliberate, intentional movements. Inhale, exhale, crunch and release. Inhaling the other side. Exhaling, crunching in. My cat is going crazy. Inhaling. Exhale, crunching in. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, crunching in. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, crunching in. Not worrying if you're losing your balance here. It's okay if you are. That's why we're doing this, to warm up our muscles that we need to balance. Because balance is some part physical, but mostly mental, and you need to activate your brain to tell your body that it's gonna need to balance. So that's what we just did. From here, we're just gonna go immediately into a downward dog. So straightening out your hamstrings, pedaling your feet, rolling your shoulder blades away from each other, and extending your spine as much as possible, so that instead of this, we're here. We're going to lift one leg up in the air, our left leg, and then bring it into our nose. Lift it up in the air as high as you can, and then bring it into your nose. Last time. Into your nose. And just place it back down. Now the other leg, right leg, up as high as we can, and into our nose. Up as high as we can, and into our nose. Up as high as we can, and into our nose. And then just place it back down. Putting our knees down, we're going to come into a wide child's pose. So just bringing our knees wide, toes in together. We're going to sink our hips back and just relax into this child's pose. Take a moment here to just really be present. You don't have to be thinking about anything else that's going on. You're here right now in this moment. Just take this moment for yourself. Keep your forehead on the mat and just really relax. Your body is thanking you for taking this moment for it right now, because every time you take the time to focus on your body, that is healing in and of itself. So this moment here in time, you are healing your body and it is thanking you for it. Coming up, coming back into a downward dog. We're going to walk our feet slowly up to the front of our mat, meeting our hands, and then bowing down into a forward fold, grabbing our elbows and swinging from side to side. Whoa. Just very passive, bending our knees so that our chest comes to our legs and just swinging side to side. Straightening one leg and then the other, seeing how that feels with our hips. Swinging around. Relaxing the muscles in your neck. Very beautiful place to be. Putting our fingertips on the mat, grounding ourselves. We're going to come all the way up. Done a lot of energetic exercises, so we might feel lightheaded here. Coming up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae at a time. Neck is last, and then coming all the way up. Standing at the front of your mat. We're going to continue up with our hands, coming all the way to the top. Hands reach together in prayer, Anjali Mudra, bringing down in between our third eye through the center of our head, of our universe, and then all the way down to our hearts. Keeping our hands here, eyes closed, feeling the energy that we've cultivated already. Breathing deeply into every place in your lungs, bottom, middle, and top. And breathing out. Good. We're going to do a few rounds of Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. So we're going to have our big toes touching, and our heels should be about an inch apart. Our second toe should be parallel to our heels. So if your second toes are parallel, your feet are in the right position. Quads are engaged, thighs are engaged, tailbone is tucked, abs are zipped up and in, shoulder blades are rolled back, hands are facing forward, palms are facing forward, neck is relaxed, face is relaxed. This is Tadasana. This is our base pose for Surya Namaskar A. So, standing at the front of the mat, we're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands come through center, folding forward. Inhaling, straightening, looking halfway up, flat back. Exhaling, planting our hands, coming back into a high plank, then bending our elbows to chaturanga. Inhaling to upward dog, toes curl over, and then exhale, curling our toes back over into downward dog. Staying here, feeling the stretch, breathing into it. Inhaling, bending your knees and coming forward in between your hands, all the way up into a flat back, looking forward. Exhale, all the way down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up overhead, meet in center, and exhale through center into Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale through center, fold forward. Inhale, look up, straight spine. Exhale, plant your hands step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bending your knees, coming forward, in between your hands, looking up, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, Ardha Hastasana. Exhale, through center, Tadasana. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, look up. Exhale, downward dog. We're going to inhale our left foot up and then exhale, stepping it forward, putting our right heel on the mat, coming forward into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Front leg is bent, back foot is grounded into the ground. The back edge of our back foot is grounded. Shoulders are squared to the front. Hands are up, inviting in a back bend. Inhaling, we're going to open up. So I'll switch sides. You're going to open your back leg up to a sorry, these mosquitoes are like in skin right now. You're going to open your back foot up to a 90-degree angle. Front leg stays bent and hands come out wide, hips open up wide too. So we're looking over our front, middle finger, bending into our front leg. We're going to inhale, come forward, and exhale, extend the warrior. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, elbow down into extended side angle. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, extend the warrior. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, back to center, straightening the front leg, coming into Trikonasana, tipping forward. Arms are straight, chest is not too caved in, keeping our shoulders open and rolled away from our ears, looking up above the top middle finger of our top hand. Bring our hands around the front leg. We're going to dive all the way down, putting our right knee on the ground, coming into low lunge, sending our hips forward, bending into this knee. It doesn't need to be 90-degree angle. You can put your hips forward as much as possible, inviting in a back bend here, lifting our arms up. You should feel the stretch right here. This is your psoas muscle. It's the only muscle that connects the top and bottom half of the body. Studies are showing that this muscle is where we store trauma in the body, and stretching it is a way of releasing trauma. Bringing our hands to the mat and bringing our knee up. We're going to bring our left hand on the inside of our foot and come into lizard. So for this, your legs should be straight, 90 degrees. Your right knee can be on the ground, or if you want to challenge yourself up, we're going to come onto our forearms. Staying here for a while. Wherever you are, just feeling the stretch in your left hip. Challenging yourself to stay in this for a little bit longer than your body wants to. This is a very important hips opening stretch. Pushing yourself, knowing that your body is stronger than you think. Good. And knee down, coming up, spinning around to the front, coming into Paschimottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. So our feet are going to be tilted slightly in so that we get a stretch in our shin. we're going to just fold forward. Feel the stretch in our hamstrings and our shins, coming to one side and then swinging to the other. Just swinging back and forth. Feeling the stretch, doing what feels good for you. And then coming up slowly, we're going to clasp our hands behind our back and come back down for a shoulder stretch. You can still swing to the side. Coming down, we're just going to send our body over to the right side. Left leg is straightened out. We're just going to stay here for a moment. So hands in prayer. We're going to feel the stretch in this muscle here on our left side. Closing our eyes if we want to challenge our balance. Heel of this foot can be down or up. And then bring our hands down, shifting our weight, just coming to the other side. Right heel up, left heel can be up or down. Hands in prayer, or on the ground if you need. Just wherever you are, accepting it as perfect, because wherever you are right now is exactly where your body is meant to be. You don't need to be any more flexible, any more strong, any more anything than you are right now. You're doing the right thing by working on yourself. Sending love and healing and nourishing to your body. Doing yoga is what heals you. Coming to the front of the mat and sending your right leg up. Coming into Tripada, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up, downward dog. We're going to put our right leg forward, grounding our left ankle, left heel down, coming into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Hips are squared to the front, shoulders are squared to the front. Arms come up, inviting the back bend, keeping our front leg bent, back leg straight. Inhaling and exhaling. Opening up, we're going to open our back foot up to 90 degrees, open our hips, open our hands, look past our front middle finger, keeping our hips as open and wide as possible, so it's almost like this is completely flat, like I could fit in between two glass planes right here. Tailbone is tucked under, so you're not like this. You're in and strong. Leaning into your front foot. Strong warrior. Inhaling, leaning forward, and exhaling, extending your warrior. Bringing your hands like this. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, right elbow down, left arm comes over. Extended side angle. Inhaling back to center. And exhaling, extended warrior. Inhaling, center, and exhaling, extended side angle. Leaning into it. Inhaling up, straightening the front leg. We're coming into Trikonasana, tipping forward, not letting our chest cave in, but keeping our shoulders squared away from our ears. Looking over the top fingers. Inhaling. And exhaling, we're bringing our hands to the front foot, right foot, bringing our knee down. Yeah, I'm sorry, there's the biggest mosquito ever. Where are you? Oh. I'm sorry, this is very unprofessional, but this thing is like the size of a quarter. Okay. Sorry. Bringing our left knee down, right leg up, coming into low lunge. So we are Sending our weight forward, sending our hips forward, inviting in a back bend, stretching this left psoas muscle beautifully, and then reaching our arms up, inviting a back bend, sending our hips forward, feeling the stretch here, feeling it. It's intense, I know. It's intense for a reason, let it be intense. And exhaling, hands down, lifting our leg up, bringing our right hand inside our right foot, coming into lizard. You can put your knee down if you need to, or challenge yourself by keeping it up. Coming down to our forearms, if possible. If not, that's okay. We're not splaying this foot out. We're keeping the knee facing forward. That's a common misunderstanding about this pose. Stretching our hip by keeping our posture steady. Breathing deeply. And coming down. Beautiful. We're going to bring our knees together, sending our hips back, coming into a child's pose. Taking a moment here to be with yourself, your body, and your practice. And just admire your beautiful work of art that is your human body and its ability to move in these ways. Even if every movement isn't perfect, your body is perfection. Knowing that you are part of the universe and you are perfect. Coming up slowly, we're going to bring our right foot and just come right into half pigeon. So putting our right leg in this position, untucking our back toes. We're going to come up to our fingertips, look up, extend our spine, and then exhale, bend forward, release into this pose, be with it. Drop your head. It's okay if you're like this. It's okay if you can only get here. It's okay. Wherever you are, just sink into it. We're going to be here for a second. Just really sinking into it. Feeling your hips start to expand as you breathe deeply in and out. Picturing the fibers in your right hip just opening up and beautifully lit up like gold silk that's glowing. Opening up. And inhale slowly, coming up. Exhaling, sending our leg back, coming into a child's pose to release. Inhaling, coming forward, just bringing our left leg up into the same position. Knee near my left hand, right hand, same position. Untucking the back toes, fingertips to the mat. This side may be different and that's okay. Fingertips look up, mentally prepare, and exhale, sink in, let it be juicy, let it be resistant, it's okay. Wherever you are, just feeling it, breathing into it, accepting it. Not changing position, staying with it. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Deep breath. Sending activation and energy and love to your left hip. Sending opening and healing. And breathing deeply one more time. And inhaling, coming up. Gently just rolling over until you're seated with your legs out in front of you. We're going to do some forward folds. So inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up, extending your spine. And exhaling, folding forward. Holding this, holding it. Feet are flexed. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. Holding, holding. Every day you do this, you will get more flexible, more strong. Holding. Holding. Breathing. Coming up slowly. Taking your right foot and putting it in the crease like Ardha Padmasana, half lotus. Inhaling, hands up, and exhaling, folding over. Feeling it on your quad muscle, feeling it massaging your organs, feeling how that feels, noticing, not judging. Inhaling up and exhaling, switching legs, left leg, left foot comes in the crease of the right hip. This foot might be different, that's okay. Inhaling up and exhaling over. Feeling how it feels. That balance between effort and surrender that we talk about in yoga. How you have to kind of activate your quad muscle here, but also relaxing it. Your left foot giving your right quad muscle a massage and your abdominal organs. Coming up and bringing your legs together in butterfly. Thumbs in between the soles of the feet, flapping our wings. Activating the muscles that would normally be engaged to stop this stretch. Letting them know it's okay, we're just going to stretch them, we're not doing any harm. The signals that they send to your brain saying stop, stop, stop when you're doing a stretch that you don't normally do, those are protection signals, but we can let our bodies know that we don't need them right now, thank you, but we're just stretching and that's good for us. So our brain teaches our body teaches our brain. Keeping flapping and then finally coming to stillness. We're going to bend forward, elbows come into our thighs to open up further, and just come forward to wherever you are. Breathing in deeply and then exhaling, releasing forward more. Inhaling deeply, exhaling, feeling that release even more. Inhaling deeply, Exhaling, coming forward more. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling, releasing even further. Every inhale, we invite space, and every exhale, we fold further. Coming up slowly, sitting with the feeling for a moment of clarity, stillness. Coming on our backs, we're going to come into bridge. So our heels should be where our fingertips can just barely graze them. And we're just going to come up with our hips, hands clasped under us. Elbows kind of walk your, or not elbows, sorry, shoulder blades, you kind of walk your shoulders in towards each other. And then exhale. And just relaxing into this. Now, something I find interesting about this is technically you're supposed to do this with a completely relaxed glutes. So your glutes should be completely relaxed. And doing that, you engage your upper thigh muscles, your quadriceps, your, every muscle is engaged in your leg except your glutes. So try to see if you can do that. It's interesting. And then you can switch and really squeeze in your glutes and then kind of relax them. Just play with that a little bit. And then coming down. Coming into butterfly with on our back. Flapping our wings again, just releasing. Bringing our feet up, we're going to come into happy baby. So grabbing the outer edges of both feet. We're swinging, feeling our hips opening up, feeling that stretch, swinging around and just playing with it. And then rolling forward, coming up. We're going to come into supported shoulder stand, so just lifting up, coming into this by my hair is like not in a good position for this, but you're catching your lower back with your hands and your feet should be as straight up and down as possible. And then if you can, bring your legs back and maybe they're here, maybe they're here, maybe they're here, but we want to eventually have them touching the ground behind us, hands clasped behind us, and just breathing here. And then slowly releasing vertebrae by vertebrae, using your abs to make this as slow as possible. Slowly, slowly, legs come down all the way, slow as possible. Arms come overhead, stretching your whole body. Bringing your right knee up, catching it with your left hand, bringing it over, and then looking over your right palm, which is outstretched. Sinking into this half supine twist. Feeling how the pose changes as you breathe. Coming up, squeezing yourself into a little ball and releasing. Grabbing your left knee with your right hand, bringing it over, looking over your left extended left palm, which is facing up. Oh my god, sorry, the bugs are going crazy. Breathing in and out, feeling your spine extending and twisting. Just giving yourself this moment. Relaxing completely. Your spine is thanking you. Bringing yourself in one final time to a tiny ball. And then stretching out all the way. Bringing your hands up. Coming into Shavasana. Feet are splayed out to the sides. Body is completely relaxed. Hands are facing up near your hips. Every muscle in your body is relaxed. This pose may seem like just the end, but it's so important. Because it's when your body and mind are integrating everything that it's learned. Breathing deeply, feeling the breath go into your toes, your feet, your shins, your calves, every muscle relaxing, your thighs, your hips, your stomach, your chest, your arms, your hands, your fingers. Oh my god. It's like a locust. Goodness gracious. Oh my god. I'm sorry to disrupt this Shavasana. Locust just attacked me. Feeling your chest relaxed. Hopefully you could stay more relaxed than I did. Feeling your head relaxed. Maybe giving yourself a little forehead massage by placing your fingers in your third eye center and then rubbing them across your eyebrows to your temples. Then going arching from your third eye up to the middles of your forehead and then to your temples. And then from your third eye up to your hairline and then arching around to your temples. Massaging your jaw, massaging your temple, massaging your neck. Just relaxing, enjoying this moment, being thankful for your body and the universe that it inhabits. Coming up slowly to seated with your eyes closed if possible. Fingertips together, hands facing down on our knees, spine straight. Feeling the clarity that you've cultivated in this practice. Bringing your hands together in prayer in front of your heart center, Anahata Chakra. Breathing in deeply, thanking your body. Bring your hands up to your third eye, tilting your chin up, thanking the universe. And then bowing forward, touching the ground. Thanking Mother Earth with all of her bugs and mosquitoes. And then coming up to neutral, hands in front of your heart. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. We're going to end with one Om. Om, the seed word in Sanskrit, which is the origin of all things. It has over 100 different meanings in Sanskrit, but one of them is welcome to the God, or welcome to the universe. So, breathing in to the bottom of our lungs, and then every space. Sanskrit is vibrational language, so the words that you say intrinsically have the meaning behind them in their vibration. So when you say Om, it doesn't matter if you know what it means, you are putting out that vibration into the universe of unity, oneness, God, bliss, everything. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste, which means my soul sees your soul.